Welcome back to Sunrise Mall in Massapequa, New York. In my last video, I said that the mall was going to close at the end of 2022. It is now March 2023, and the mall is still open. I wanted to make this follow-up video to explain what is going on with the mall, but before I do, did you know that there was this restaurant at Macy's? I didn't until I saw this one day, and I asked the Macy's employees, and they had no clue what I was even talking about. And I asked a bunch of people I knew, and nobody remembered anything about this restaurant. It was like this big mystery. Eventually, I was able to get in touch with someone who had actually worked at this restaurant around 1976. She told me that they served sandwiches, salads, and soups, and that they had a full-size commercial kitchen and a bistro-type feel. Inside the store, there is pretty much no evidence that this restaurant ever existed. And here we are, back inside Sunrise Mall. As you can see, Macy's is still open and you can access it from inside the mall. The reason why the mall is still open is because these stores that aren't closing, such as Macy's and Dick's, have to keep their mall entrances open. And that is according to the fire marshal. They had tried to close them a couple of months ago and keep them closed, and the fire marshal notified them that they are not allowed to do that. So as long as those stores are open, the mall entrances have to stay open, and therefore the mall can't close. Additionally, the Macy's space is actually owned by Macy's and not owned by the mall. So the mall can't just decide to close Macy's. Macy's has to decide that, and as of right now, they don't have any plans to close this location. I've heard a lot of rumors floating around about what is going to happen to this mall, what it might be turned into, and the owners of the mall, Urban Edge Properties, have said very little, almost nothing, about what their plans are. However, the one thing that they have been clear about is that it will not be redeveloped into a residential community. So that means no apartments, no condos, nothing like that. A couple of nights before Christmas, I was here at the mall during this crazy windstorm, and these curtains were blowing. Like, there was so much wind coming through JCPenney into the mall. It was crazy, and I wish I had been able to get footage, but it stopped right after I took my camera out, of course. The mall is freezing, by the way. It's my understanding that the heat is turned off, at least in some parts of the mall. I'm not exaggerating when I tell you that it sometimes feels like I'm walking into a refrigerator when I walk through the doors of this mall. The footage that you're seeing right now is actually from a couple of weeks ago. I went back today and got some more footage. Basically, the whole end of the mall that I'm walking towards right now by Sears is now closed off, and I can't go there anymore. So I'll show that at the end of the video. But what you're about to see as I walk down there is actually my last video that I'm going to be able to take of that part of the mall. I mean, assuming that it remains closed, which they told me they closed it because they don't want kids causing trouble down there. There's nothing down there anyway, so I don't expect that they're going to open that up again. Another change that's taken place since my last video is that these big areas of the parking lot near Sears and JCPenney are now closed off. I showed that a little bit in the beginning of the video, but there used to be cars that would sometimes just hang out there, and I guess they wanted that to stop because there's really no need to park there. There's nothing to see down there. Those stores are both closed. So now you can't park there anymore. And here, of course, is the sign letting us all know that the koi fish are safe. They have found new homes. And here I am approaching the lower level entrance to Sears, which has now been replaced with a wall and a door. I asked why this happened, and they told me that there was too much cold air coming in through Sears. I have to say, the mall doesn't feel any warmer since they did this. It is still so cold in here, so I don't know that Sears was really making much of a difference, but who knows, maybe it was. And here you can see that restroom is closed. There are other restrooms that are also closed. I don't think there are any open restrooms in this mall right now. And here is the upstairs entrance to Sears, which still looks the same. And of course from here you get a beautiful view of the koi pond, which is now covered in tarp. I know in my last video I had said that the mall was going to close at the end of 2022, so I just want to set the record straight. The mall is mostly still open to the public. You can walk in and hang out, walk around, see all the sights, you know, if you like to go for walks, if you like dead malls, if you just want to see what's going on here, you can come in, you can see it, it's not closed. The only businesses that are open in the mall right now are Macy's, Home Goods, Flame Nails, Raymore and Flanagan, Dave & Buster's, Export Fitness, and Dick's Sporting Goods. So I don't necessarily recommend coming here for shopping, but I do recommend it for sightseeing because it's pretty cool in here. And right here is actually where the movie theater used to be, and that closed in 2000. And here are two more out-of-order restrooms. These are upstairs by Macy's. One of my favorite parts of the mall that I didn't even mention in my other video is this beautiful set of Hot Topic doors with the little bugs in the resin. I think these are from the 90s. I love them. And now here is my footage from today. I've gotten comments from people who are wondering, like, how is this mall able to stay open? How are the owners able to afford to keep the mall open? And the heat seems to be off. The lights mostly are turned off, even at night. None of the bathrooms are working, it seems. And as of today, the escalators and elevators are also turned off. So make of that what you will. In my last video, I talked a lot about my memories of the mall. But for this one, I would like to share an excerpt from an ad in Newsday from August 28th, 1973. You've never experienced anything like shopping at Sunrise Mall. Come inside. Look around. Sunrise is Long Island's first enclosed 2-level shopping mall. It's free, easy, and uncluttered. Bright, airy, and spacious. As you stroll towards any of our 125 fine stores, you'll pass lovely live gardens, a magnificent aquarium filled with rare tropical fish, and quiet ponds stocked with live ducks. Enjoy all the pleasures of shopping at Sunrise Mall starting this Thursday at 9:30 a.m. as Macy's, Gertz, Corvettes, and 125 other fine stores invite you to join with them in celebrating the grand opening of Long Island's first split-level, enclosed all-weather shopping mall, Sunrise Mall.